on Unpeeled, we're headed back to Camp Half-Blood with a new trailer for a beloved TV adaptation.
Celebrities are creating new ways to make money for the unions amidst the ongoing strikes.
A new musical debuting in Syracuse is sure to be fetch.
And watch the stars of our world dance the night away. All that and more, Unpeeled starts right now.
Welcome back to a new episode of Unpeeled. For the first time, I'm Kaley Decina.
And for the first time, I'm LaMalfa. And now an update on the Astroworld trial.
Travis Scott's hearing had an 8-hour deposition on Monday in Houston. Scott is on trial for the events that occurred at his Houston, Texas Astroworld concert in 2021. Around 500,000 of his fans reported injuries from the concert, while another 10 were killed after a crowd surge.
Due to the lack of safety precautions and emergency response time, Scott may have to pay billions of dollars if he is found guilty. Everyone who was at the hearing is currently under a gag order, meaning that they are not allowed to discuss the hearing. The trial is set to begin in May of 2024.
Ashton Kutcher is officially resigning from his chairman position at Thorne. After his letter of support for Danny Masterson was leaked to the public last week, Kutcher received backlash. He founded the anti-child sex abuse organization in 2009 in hopes of creating a safe space for those who have experienced abuse and assault.
In his statement to the Thorne board, Kutcher said that this incident, quote, is yet another painful instance of questioning victims who are brave enough to share their experiences. The couple plans to continue supporting the tireless work Thorne does to ensure children stay safe.
Our favorite demigod is back in a new Disney Plus TV show. A new teaser trailer for Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson and the Olympians was released yesterday. The first season of the show will follow the events of the first book, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, starring Walker Scobell as Percy and Leah Jeffries as Annabeth Chase.
The trailer also features Zeus, the king of the Greek gods, played by Lance Reddick, who sadly passed away earlier this year. The first 2 episodes will premiere on December 20th, with the rest coming out weekly. One of our Unpeeled alum, Liam Crowley, has actually interviewed the first Percy Jackson, Logan Lerman, and the author Rick Riordan, which is really cool and exciting.
It is super cool. We'll have to ask him if he has any inside scoop on the series. Now, we know that fans of the book hated the last movie because they had nothing to do with the book, and it really aged the characters a lot.
Yeah, the hope here is that the characters actually grow with the series, and I think that the long-term fans will actually resonate with this. So, Kaley, are you going to be tuning into this new series?
I honestly think that I do need to tune in. I mean, I'm not a huge Percy Jackson fan, I'll be honest. I think I saw the movie when I was younger, but this series seems like a must-watch, and this could be my chance to really get into it.
Since this time around the author of the books is actually in charge of the production, I feel like fans are definitely going to love this one a lot more.
Yeah, I agree. And I know that this is a common occurrence when books turn into movies. A lot of what made the original so important gets lost. So I think that this is going to be special, and I'm excited to hear the feedback. In other news, something is in the air in Hollywood as another power couple announces their separation. This is just the latest in what seems to be a new trend of divorces with celebrity couples. Hugh Jackman and his wife, Deborah Lee Furness, released a statement this week saying they were separating after 27 years of marriage.
The well-known actors met on the set of an Australian TV show and hit it off immediately. However, the couple had troubles over time and said, quote, our journey is now shifting and we have decided to separate to pursue our individual growth. Jackman and Furness, who share 2 adult children together, had put their house on the market earlier this year. Kaley, every time I open social media, I feel like a new couple is breaking up. I mean, something's up.
I know, I can't keep track, and it's really sad to hear this, but based off their statement, it seems like they're ending it in a really mature way.
I agree, and I think other celebrity couples that I've seen break up, like Selena Gomez, not Selena Gomez, that's a long time ago.
Dalton Gomez and
Ariana Grande, that's where I was going with that. And yeah. Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas.
Yeah, so those have definitely been surprising, but I can't help but bring up one couple that I am just still so devastated over, Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn breaking up after 6 years together, but they really kept it private. They didn't give us that Instagram statement that we get from a lot of other people, but we're just having to pull from Taylor Swift like us Detective Swifties do.
Definitely. I know most Swifties, myself included, were absolutely devastated at this breakup, but there's a lot of rumors right now with her and NFL player Travis Kelce, so I'm interested to see where that's going.
I know. I am I'm interested too. I think he's supposedly really nice, so I'm excited to see what happens, although I miss Joe. And I know that even NFL commentators have been talking about it, so it's definitely possibly happening. And speaking of Taylor Swift, the long wait is finally over for us Swifties. A few hours ago, Taylor Swift announced the names of her 5 vault tracks from her newest re-recording, 1989. Swift and Google set up a collaboration using its search function.
Fans were able to solve 89 puzzles, releasing the names of 4 out of the 5 songs from the vault. A few of those titles include Suburban Legends and Now That We Don't Talk. So many people were on Google that they actually broke the site. 1989 Taylor's version will be out in just over a month, re-releasing exactly 9 years after the original album. Kaley, I know you're just as excited for this as I am.
I'm so excited!
What songs are you most excited to hear re-recorded?
So I love all the songs on 1989, but my favorites probably have to be Clean, Out of the Woods, and You Are in Love.
I absolutely love Clean, but I gotta say, I'm most excited for Blank Space.
Oh,
it's a classic. Everybody knows it.
Everybody loves it.
But I'm crossing my features. There's gonna be a surprise collaboration on Style featuring Harry Styles, although Taylor hasn't said anything about that yet.
That would be crazy iconic. I mean, people want to hear them together so bad that they've been making AI covers of them on TikTok. So I wish that they would just give the people what they want. But something else people are anticipating is a double drop with Reputation. Alexa, tell us why we think this might happen.
I am the biggest Reputation fan ever, and if there's one thing to note, there will be no explanation. There will just be Reputation. Taylor has actually hinted at Rep, over the past couple weeks with her outfits, especially at the VMAs, going back and forth, 1999 blue, Reputation black. So we've actually been lucky enough to go to a Taylor Swift concert in the past, we definitely have pictures of this. Let's take a look.
Okay, so I'm actually crying here because I was in the parking lot, but do not fear, I have tickets in November. I will be there. When we return, pop culture reporter Riley Lucetta joins us in studio to talk about celebrities and how they're making their money during the strike.
And our very own Sammy Lindell is here to tell us all about a young DJ who visited Syracuse this past weekend. We'll be right back on Peelers.
Somos fuertes, somos resilientes y superaremos esto juntos. Pero son tiempos estresantes y es importante practicar también un buen cuidado personal. Es normal sentirse abrumado, sin embargo, hay esperanza. Comuníquese con alguien, conéctese con sus amigos, manténgase en contacto con su comunidad y sepa que no está solo. Obtenga más información en wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Gentileza de la National Association of Broadcasters y de esta estación.
Nuestra historia la empezó alguien más. Nuestra historia usualmente la formaron generaciones anteriores. Nuestra historia se forjó y quizá hasta se definió por las experiencias de nuestra niñez. Pero no tiene que ser así. Tú puedes ser el autor. Aprende cómo en historiademinumero.org.
Last week, we discussed all things writer strike. We know how this has impacted the production of our favorite television series, but how about the crew? Here to discuss how members of the Guild are making money during this time is our pop culture reporter, Riley Lucetta.
Thank you, Alexa. The strike is not drastically harming our favorite A-listers. It's affecting the people who need to be working, the ones losing their houses, cars, and health insurance, the crew members. Prior to the strike, eligibility for a crew member to acquire health care was a direct correlation to the hours worked within a specific period. Usually, this minimum of time is reached during an employee's first 6 months of work. But without the studios operating, no one can qualify for insurance. Which is why the Union Solidarity Coalition was launched. The foundation was created by Hollywood writers and directors with the goal of unification during this time. Money is raised through auctions, donations, and events, and granted to the people who are no longer qualify for health insurance. These auctions are done through the Union Solidarity Coalition eBay account, where one can buy one-of-a-kind signed merchandise or spend quality time with participating celebrities. The prices for these items or experiences span from $400 to $10,000. Some of these selections are very funny and quite appealing. I mean, who doesn't want Adam Scott to walk your dog, or a conversation on Zoom with Dan Levy? Like anything else, the auction has become a meme on social media. Twitter users have been making their own auctions. Here's one of my personal favorites. I would love for Taylor Swift to watch my funeral from a distance. I need people to know how close of friends we really were. Now, of course I needed to participate in the trend. Here is something I hope to see on eBay soon. I mean, who doesn't want Otto in their dorm room? I know I do. In other celebrity news, let's find out who visited Syracuse last weekend. Kaley?
Thanks, Riley. Up-and-coming artist It's Murph made a visit to Syracuse University this past weekend. CitrusTV's Sammy Lindell talked with him about his rise to fame. Sammy, how was the energy with Murph on campus this weekend?
Yeah, Kaley, it was certainly an electric weekend with Murph on campus. I do want to shout out Cam Viento for photogging that interview. He did a great job. And the 23-year-old started becoming more popular after he went viral on TikTok. He says social media was a game changer for his career. And now he's performed at some of the biggest stages across the U.S.
I just turned 23, like I'm no different than any of you guys. I'm here just to have fun.
Garrett Murphy is a rising star in the house music industry. But the man that goes by It's Murph on stage is just like any other SU student off it. Murph started producing music in sophomore year of high school. He then attended USC to study music production. Just 4 months post-grad, Murph has over 2 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
I waited for forever to release music. I wasn't gonna release a song until I thought it was industry competitive. I wanted to be the best song ever. Something that if I heard naturally, I'd be like, oh, I'm throwing that on my playlist. That's a really good song. It's impactful.
Murph's hits brought him to one of the largest music festivals in the world, Coachella. He says many of his USC friends got to watch him perform.
Super special. Also, USC, everyone goes to Coachella.
Murph performed at Coachella before graduating USC this past May and says that social media had a big role in getting him to the stage.
For now, me coming up as an artist, how are you gonna hear my song if I'm not promoting it on TikTok?
Murph says that any up-and-coming artist should take a chance and start posting online. All it takes is one person to notice you.
I've just been riding the wave, having as much fun as possible and just taking in all the moments. It's been a blast.
With stardom comes lots of stress. Murph wants to make having fun a priority while on this ride, one that serves as food for his soul. Sammy Lindell, CitrusTV. Yeah, Murph is currently on tour right now and will be performing in New York City this weekend. He says to watch out for some upcoming song releases. Kaley, back to you.
Thanks, Sammy. So fun to see you dancing with It's Murph. A new musical is debuting in Syracuse, and 2 of our reporters are here to roar about it. We'll be right back on Peelers.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Here's to the straggly ones, the first ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The itchy ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones, and the absolutely filthy ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
Looking for a show that's so fetch? Mean Girls the Musical is making its debut next week at the Landmark Theater. Here to give us all the drama and details on the show is Syracuse events reporter Maura Vaughn and Broadway beat reporter Aman Mahdi. All right, guys, tell me all about it. So, Aman, since Mean Girls is coming to Syracuse, tell our viewers what the story is about in case they haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah, well I'm the biggest Mean Girls fan out here. I mean, you guys already know this, but I'm gonna keep it small and sweet. So, Kate, she's traveling to Illinois, Katie, she's from Africa, and she's kind of struggling to find her place in the world, but she learns one thing, which is be true to yourself. What does this mean? Well, in one scene, Katie is all Miss Nobody, and then in the next, she's Miss Popular. So it's really cool to see that transition between her being at the bottom to her at the top.
That can be tricky. Yeah, that's something. Maura, do you know where I can get tickets to this show and when should I go?
Kaley, no worries. As my idol Regina George's mom says, she's not a regular mom, she's a cool mom. I like to say I'm not a regular reporter, I'm a cool reporter, so I'm going to give you all the rundown. Yes, it's at the Landmark Theater from September 26th to the 30th, with September 26th to the 29th being a 7 p.m. show, and then on the 30th you have your 2 p.m. matinee and a 7 p.m. show, and you can get your tickets down at the link below.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, both of you guys, can you think of one character in Mean Girls you're most like? Who would it be? Let's start with you, Maura.
I've been so ready to answer this question. I would have to say I'm definitely Gretchen because I feel like I know everything about everyone. If I had to choose for our EPs, I would say Blair is that one girl from that detention scene where she just wants to like bake cakes, make everyone smile. It's giving Blair. Mom, what about you?
I mean, I got Aaron's good looks, obviously, and I've got Karen's personality. So I got a mixture of both. And Eli, I'll give him Aaron, but he's got the charm, but I got the good look, so we got some competition going on.
But,
we'll see about that.
Right there?
We'll see about
Perfect.
that.
Thank you guys so much for explaining this to me. Who do you think I would be?
Ooh, that's a really good one.
I don't want to put you on the spot or anything.
Okay, no. You have like the confidence for Regina, but you're too nice for Regina. So it's like Katie personality, but like Regina confidence is like the vibe you're giving off right now.
100%.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
guys. That means a lot to me.
Yeah, don't worry. I feel like you wouldn't have a burn book in your room or anything. Yeah,
All right.
I can't see you owning that.
Well, thank you guys. I'll have to see the show, and back to you guys.
Guys, I think we'll have to do an Unpeeled trip to see Mean Girls, but sports betting has really picked up in the past few years. Our sports reporter Lillian Northrup is here to tell us about all new in-person betting locations. Lillian?
Thanks, Alexa. Have you been thinking that Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet are so much of a publicity stunt that you'd be willing to put money on it? Well, most sports fans feel that confident in pro athletes that they put money on bets every week. And now for the first time, there is a sports betting location inside the NFL's Washington Commanders home stadium, FedEx Field. Now, before I tell you about being able to walk into an NFL stadium and place bets, let me explain the process of betting. There are apps to download. The more common ones are DraftKings and FanDuel, and the extensive part is creating an account. You must be 21 years or older to play sports bet in the U.S., so the background checks are very intense. But once you're in, the fun begins. You'll notice each week there are bonus deals to bring people in. For example, a deal going on right now, you bet $5, you get $200 free. Then there's individual bets you can place here. Like an NHL example is like you can place, you can choose which team you think will win and by how much. You can also bet on player stats for all sports. Then you place your bets and you let it ride. In 2018, a Supreme Court ruling allowed more states to greenlight sports betting, and the NFL took the opportunity, and it's now the league's largest area of revenue growth. Now, there are some issues that arise with promoting betting. All athletes in the NFL have to follow strict guidelines on what they can and cannot do. This offseason, the NFL issued the most penalties for sports betting violations. 7 players are currently on suspension and are blocked for at least the season due to NFL betting. Many players, including one Commanders player, Shaka Toney, have received at least a season-long ban. Overall, the indoor sports betting location in the Commander Stadium is just the beginning for live in sports betting, but also just the beginning for gambling issues for both the players and the fans. As always, we recommend everyone to play responsibly and to continue to enjoy the fun of rooting on your favorite team. At the end of the day, that's what all that matters. Back to you, Alexa.
Thanks, Lillian. When we return, film reporter Ali Swenson is here to catch us up on all that went down at this year's Toronto Film Festival. You won't want to miss it.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to my house. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The walls were closing in. Clearly a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It could help you find a little more breathing room.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
The Toronto International Film Festival is one of the largest and most attended celebrations of filmmaking in the world. From the People's Choice Award to films being immediately picked up by Netflix and other streaming services, there is definitely a lot to talk about. Here to tell us all about it is our film reporter, Ali Swenson. Ali, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So, of course, film festivals are all about recognizing the hard work that teams put into their own films. So, who came home with a lot of recognition and awards?
So there was a lot of awards given out. There was 15 total, and there was a lot of interesting statistics at the film festival as well, including that 8 out of the 15 awards given out were women directors, which is so exciting as we haven't seen as many women in the directing field as I would have liked, at least.
Me too.
But the person that came home with the biggest award, which was the People's Choice Award, was the film American Fiction. That was by Cord Jefferson. And that is totally a big deal because a lot of the films that win that award go on to win Emmys for Best Picture, including like Jojo Rabbit and La La Land, which is so exciting.
That's so cool. Now, the Toronto International Film Festival is one of the most attended film festivals in the world. So, Ali, how would you feel if you got to attend this?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea how I would feel, but I know that a group of Newhouse students got to go to the film festival this year. And I sat down with Abby Weber, who's a senior TRF student. She went with her entertainment business class, and she's going to tell us all about it.
There, right when the festival was beginning, we got to walk the streets a little bit and talk to some people. We saw one movie and then we turned around and drove the 4.5 hours back to the United States afterwards. But it was my first time in Toronto and it was so exciting because I've never been in a place with so many film lovers, just congregating in one area. And
That is super interesting. So we sometimes know that film festivals can generate a lot of interesting work. So what was the most fascinating work?
I'm so glad you asked because it was a super interesting year. I mean, film festivals can have a lot of, like you said, different material that could be being produced. My most interesting one won the People's Choice Award for Midnight Madness. It was A24 Dix the Musical. Yes, I said Dix the Musical. It was definitely the strangest film I heard of and a lot of people heard of. In fact, people were calling it the strangest, most demented film of the year, which I think is a lot, but it was featuring like Megan Thee Stallion, and it was just like a crazy film.
Thank you so much, Allie. I can't wait to watch all these films. And how about dancing from the big screen to the TV? That's right, the cast of Dancing with the Stars has finally been announced, and reality TV reporter Ricky Potts is here to break down the 32nd season of the global phenomenon.
Thanks, Alexa. It's been 32 seasons. I'm getting old. Calling all Dancing with the Stars fans and my mom. Last week on Good Morning America, ABC announced the rest of this season's contestants, and the lineup did not disappoint. For 28 seasons, Tom Bergeron hosted dancing's biggest show and gave us iconic memories and performances. His run came to an end in July of 2020, however, when he was released and replaced one day later by Tyra Banks. Banks was the host for 3 seasons until she mutually agreed to leave earlier this year. Want to know more? Go back and watch our coverage on the March 23rd episode of Unpeeled. Now for the big question, who's the new host? Season 19 champion, former judge, and my fellow curly head, Alfonso Ribeiro. Just kidding, that's him when he's on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This is him now. Ribeiro fills the new role after 1 season of co-hosting and is joined by former professional and judge Julianne Hough. Hough has been involved with the show for almost 30 seasons, but what does this mean for the judges? Fan favorite and former professional Derek Hough is set to become head judge of the show, alongside Carrie Ann Inaba and Bruno Tonioli, both of whom have been on the show since season 1, Now I know what you're thinking. Come on already, get to the contestants. Well, your contestants include singer Jason Mraz, actor Ariana Madix, and NFL running back Adrian Peterson. Peterson is next in a long line of athletes who have competed on this prestigious stage. Boxer Evander Holyfield was the first, and set the tone for others such as Simone Biles and our very own Charlie Goldberg's favorite, Chris Jericho. The 2-hour premiere airs this Tuesday on ABC, Disney Plus, or the next day on Hulu. And in case you've been sitting there for the last 90 seconds wondering why I'm dressed this way, it's because I also want the Mirrorball Trophy. It's not unusual to be alone.
Thank you. So don't go anywhere, Unpeelers. We'll be right back with an update on the Roman Empire. You won't want to miss it.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner!
Go. Excellent. Suckers. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Despite being over 1,500 years in our past, the Roman Empire is trending. Hashtag Roman Empire now has over 1 billion views on TikTok. The trend involves people asking their male-identifying friends and family how often they think about ancient Rome.
Although not everyone is a fan of the Roman Empire, those who are have a lot of passion and seriousness towards the topic, with most saying they think about it at least 3 to 4 times a month. Now, Kaley, I don't think about the Roman Empire at all.
Me either. I mean, I have not thought about it since high school, and I'm pretty shocked to hear how much people are thinking about it. But, you know, I started to think maybe that we have female versions of the Roman Empire. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, I definitely think about the Silver Springs Fleetwood Mac performance. I know we're both fans of Hannah Montana. So.
Yes, those are my Roman Empire. The Fleetwood Mac performance, that is just running through my head all day, every day. And Hannah Montana, she's the woman who made me. She is my childhood, so I think about her all the time. I guess I can understand the Roman Empire thing.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Make sure to follow us on our socials at CitrusTV on X and Unpeeled Syracuse on Instagram. I'm Kaley Decina.
And I'm Alexa LaMalfa. We'll see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. From all of us at Unpeeled, have a great night, Syracuse.